While I was growing up throughout high school and college, I was always short of cash. Whether it was for hangouts or buying nice clothes or even games, I needed the cash. So naturally, I was always thinking about ways to make money on the side while I attended class or worked part-time. Throughout my years of research, I was able to compile a list of side hustles you could do in your spare time. If I could go back in time, these are the 7 side hustles I would tell my younger self about. The side hustles I'm about to list are the most rewarding for the time you're trading in. I will not be talking about things like babysitting, dog walking, lawn mowing, and etc. Or I would have named the video something like the top 7 part-time jobs in 2021. I will also be talking about things that you can do without requiring large amounts of capital, like real estate or laundromats or franchises. So the first side hustle on the list is Fiverr. I know many of you have heard of Fiverr before. It is one of the cheapest places to get a freelancer for creative gigs like logo design or video editing and many more. So you might be thinking, if it's the cheapest place to get something done, wouldn't I be paid very little money? Well, no, for this video we're going to focus on a different aspect of Fiverr that many people don't know about. As someone who has purchased over 222 Fiverr gigs for all the websites I created and the logos I need designed, I figured something out. There are a lot of gigs on Fiverr that can be automated or completed with very little changes. So let's talk about method 1. You can buy content or templates and resell them as gigs on Fiverr. The types of content and gigs I'm talking about are email templates or resumes or PowerPoint templates, something called PLRs or private labeled right content. There are actually a lot of sites that sell PLR content, but if you do enough digging, you can actually find the files that you need on the web. If you look at the gigs list here, you can see there's things like I will give you 8 million private label rights, I will give you 5 private label rights ebooks and video sets and weight loss, I will give you Peaceful Chaos premium ebook videos with PLR rights, I will give meditation for busy people ebook video PL resale rights, I will give you 5,000 articles with private label rights. And all of these gigs are priced at around $5, so if you make like 10 sales, that's already $50, and you shouldn't even need to spend $50 to get this PLR content. Adding on to what I said about the Fiverr side hustles, you could also use Etsy. So recently I started streaming. The first thing I had to do was look for stream overlays. I really like this neon light stream overlay that I saw on Etsy for $37, so I bought it. Imagine my surprise though when I saw that it was for free on Streamlabs with your membership. I actually paid $37 for something that was completely free. So method number 2 of the Fiverr side hustle is identifying gigs which you can, with little effort, complete. So not many people know this, but if you're into the e-commerce niche, there are a lot of people selling Facebook video ads for dropshippers. So what I came across is that there are a lot of repeating products within the dropshipping space. There are things like neck massagers or like back braces or like, you know, even the stretchy exercising bands. Imagine for a second you're a Facebook ads creator. You're going to get one customer asking for the neck massager video 1 month. You're going to get someone asking for you to create a video ad about back massagers, and then next month you're going to get someone asking for the same exact thing. All you're really doing as a video editor is changing the logo in your Premiere Pro or Final Cut Pro software. So just by changing that one text logo, you can make something like around $50 even for this gig. Another example of a gig that can be done with very little effort is actually web speed optimization. As someone who has created over 50 different websites in the past year, I cannot tell you how easy it is to optimize your website speed. For example, if you're on WordPress, all you need to do is delete some plugins and install this plugin called WP Rocket. All you really have to do is checking a few boxes. Maybe you might have to optimize some images with another plugin you can download. Things that can take like 30 minutes. And for that 30 minutes, you could be getting anywhere from $50 to $100, maybe even $150 to optimize someone's web speed. Another great revenue stream is YouTube. Like many people have talked about, it's probably really hard to start a channel in 2021, right? Well, yeah, it probably is really hard, but it also is very rewarding. With YouTube, you can be getting at least 6 different income sources. You can get money from affiliate links when people clicks on your Amazon links, or maybe Robinhood if they're trying to open an account and you get free stocks. You could also get sponsorships from like softwares like Squarespace or the VPNs like NordVPN. You could also get money from selling your own merch. If you have a large enough following, you can probably sell your merch with your own logo on it or things you usually say. The fourth source of income from YouTube is Patreon. People can subscribe for your weekly updates or things that you don't usually tell to like the mainstream audience. If you're in the stock investing niche, a lot of people would actually pay to see your positions. Also, if you're in the photography niche, you can sell your own color LUTs. A LUT is basically like a customized template for saturation and contrast and many other settings on videos and maybe even photographs for Lightroom. Also, if you live stream, you can live stream on YouTube now and have super chats, which are basically like subs on Twitch. What's even cooler about YouTube is that you have a community who follows you, so you could take that community to somewhere like Twitch and then start streaming Twitch. And then, you know, it just opens the door for a lot of possibilities. So the third side hustle we're going to be talking about is buying and selling succulents. So what are succulents? Succulents are distinctive plants with fleshy leaves, usually found in desert areas. They cover a wide variety of plants like aloe, cacti, or some orchids. There's really something interesting about having your own little Groot in your room. They are popular because they are low maintenance, they don't attract many pests, they require very little watering, and some species don't even need much light to live. So if you can understand why some bonsai trees cost even up to $350,000, I think you can understand why some of these succulents can go for up to $500. What I suggest you do is to join the big Facebook groups for selling and buying succulents. Also look at places like Craigslist or your own Facebook marketplace for people who are interested in buying succulents. Do anything you can do to try to learn about the local demand in your community for certain different succulents. Try to find discrepancies in the price between succulents in your area and from like other countries. Usually you can see succulents going for under like $30, $20, but in some instances they even go as much as $8,000, like the one in New Zealand. What's even cooler about succulents is that you can make cuttings out of it, and you can either resell those cuttings from your plant or grow more of those succulents. All in all, keep in mind it's very passive and you don't need to maintain it much, so I can see it as a very cool thing to do on the side. So the fourth side hustle you should do in 2021 is buying and selling exclusive sneaker or luxury good drops. I remember as a little high schooler, I would wait like 3 hours at a sneaker shop for an exclusive sneaker drop. It was the Air Yeezy Turtle Dove ones and the Nike Sock Dart. I waited like 3 hours and then I ended up flipping it and reselling it for like $800 profit 1 week after. Today, one thing to note is that there are a lot more bots. These bots can snipe by the sneaker releases the moment they drop. But there are still in-person raffles you can still go to in malls, like from stores like PacSun or Foot Locker. You can just go with a bunch of friends and they get lots of raffles and then like split the profits. So the next side hustle you can do in 2021 is to rent anything and everything. If you have a spare room, your car, your brother's camera, if you know your sister's boyfriend is out of town for a while but has a beautiful DSLR camera sitting in her room, then reach out and ask if you could borrow it and rent it out. Some of the popular sites where you can rent out your things is Ruckify.com, Rentsy.com if you're in Australia, ShareGrid.com, and many more. So in October of 2019, I helped my mom set up an Airbnb for 3 rooms in our house. Looking back, in 1 year, we were able to make around $40,000 for those 3 rooms. Not including cleaning costs though. The next side hustle on the list are vending machines. According to this article by thehustle.co, they surveyed 23 vending machine operators and found that the average number of machines each operator had was 13. The average monthly revenue was $4,433. So that means per month, each machine was making $309. Now on Facebook Marketplace, new vending machines can go anywhere from $3,000 to $8,000. That means on average, you would be able to pay off the machine in 10 to about 20 something months. Additionally, there are a lot of people vlogging their profits and a journey into the vending machine, so you would be able to make revenue from that as well. So the last side hustle I suggest you look for in 2021 is staking with Masternodes and cryptocurrency. I would talk about mining Bitcoin or other coins like Ethereum, but I did the calculations and I did the research and it doesn't seem like it's profitable, or it just takes too long to be profitable. But an alternative form of capitalizing on this booming crypto market is from staking Masternodes. As someone who became a millionaire from crypto, I strongly believe in this space and people are just starting to get into it. So it's also clear from Dogecoin's price rise that people are looking into investments with little intrinsic value, so they don't really care about the value behind the asset, but they're still willing to put thousands and tens of thousands of dollars into that asset. So what this means is it gives me hope for altcoins. We might be on the precipice of another altcoin boom. Ever since Bitcoin's comeback, people have been obsessed with crypto again, so I think it's a good time to transition to Masternodes and staking. Back in 2017, I was obsessed with Masternodes and I was constantly checking the site to see what Masternodes had the highest ROI percentage. I've considered dropping like 10k into Pivx or Crave. But I changed my mind when I realized it's very volatile, and even if you have your coins in a Masternode and you're constantly getting free coins every day, the price of the coin may drop over time. Additionally, there are Masternodes for coins that have 0 volume. So what that means is basically you can't sell the coin. The third thing that made me not want to invest in Masternodes was that some of them required very long lockup times. That means before you cash in your gains, you would have to wait for the lockup expiration date. But if you want to find out more about Masternodes, just head on to masternodes.online. And then what I would do is filter out for highest volume. Seeing this list, I would only consider the coins with volumes of over maybe 500,000 USD. The coin that offers Masternodes that caught my eye was Energy. If we go check the price charts, its price has been relatively stable and then actually rose. Back in November, it was like $1, but now it's $2.10. That means if you bought a Masternode in November for $2,100, you would have a 10% return from the Masternode, and the price of the token doubled. So you would be sitting on roughly $4,620. That would have been a 218% return on investment within 3 months, which is pretty good, I'd say. As always, if you liked this video and found it helpful, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe.